generates just a little over 2,000.
It was pretty cool because they had the Jolly Rogers and the Wildcats and the... Yeah. Most of the squadrons are most familiar with. Actually, there's...
Oh, here we go. Corsair. Oh, okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the United States Naval Air Station Oceana, Commander Strike Fighter Squadron and Commanding Officer Strike Fighter Squadron 106, we are proudly presenting East Coast F-A-18F Super Hornet flight demonstration. Intended to replace the retired F-14 Tomcat of the aging legacy Hornets, the Boeing-built F-A-18F Super Hornet is the Navy's frontline tactical aircraft. Known as the Rhino, the Super Hornet builds on a compact-proven design of the original Hornet with improvements such as a 30% larger surface area, larger payload, longer range, and increased weapons lethality. The aircraft performing for you today is the F model, which incorporates a two-seat cockpit to accomplish all phases of the assigned mission. During today's demonstration, Lieutenant Commander Mark Buck, call sign Jaba, will demonstrate the incredible flight characteristics of the Super Hornet, along with his Weapons Systems Officer, Lieutenant Mason Logan, call sign Scooter McGibbon. During today's flight, Jaba and Scooter will experience G-forces from -3 to up to 8 times the force of gravity as they maneuver the aircraft to the edge of its operating envelope. Today's show will be flown with airspeeds as fast as 700 miles an hour and as slow as 100 miles an hour, and many of the maneuvers that you will see here today will demonstrate the aircraft's capabilities in the tactical arena and are employed during combat and training flights. Very shortly, you will hear the raw power of two General Electric F414 engines, producing 44,000 pounds of combined thrust. The Super Hornet is the Navy's frontline tactical aircraft, and in conjunction with their carrier-borne assets, accomplishes the assigned mission to support the carrier airway and America's interests. To begin today's demonstration, Lieutenant Commander Buck and Lieutenant Logan will execute that enduring roll directly on takeoff. States Naval Scooter past show center. They'll be traveling at a speed of nearly 700 miles an hour. At this time, we're going to go up live to the cockpit with Jaba and Scooter and check in to see just how fast they get going. Of an aileron roll, the crew is quickly positioning for a vertical reposition to bring the jet back towards the show line for the next maneuver. Entering the maneuver at 350 knots, the aircraft crew will pull the jet into the vertical and roll the canopy towards the crowd. Selecting full burner as the airspeed approaches 220 miles an hour, they'll perform a very enjoyable -3. Approaches show center, the aircrew will rapidly reposition the nose 4 times while flying a square loop across the sky. Ladies and gentlemen, from the left, the Super Hornet and the square loop. It's the Rhino and the inverted whisper pass. Super Hornet. In air-to-air combat, sometimes the aircraft that flies the slowest has the best tactical advantage. Few other aircraft in the world would attempt to maneuver at such slow speeds and high attitude of flight angle. With 2 flight control systems aiding the flight crew, this 40,000-pound F-A-18 Super Hornet remains completely controllable at less than 100 miles an hour. Jaba and Scooter will come through and demonstrate this high angle of attack pass. And during this maneuver, they'll be flying by at around 120 miles an hour and holding a 25-degree nose-up position. From the right, the high alpha pass as we go up live to the cockpit with Jaba and Scooter.
25 Alpha, 93 knots to the ground.
The job of the naval aviator is not complete until the aircraft is safely aboard its floating home. The approach to the aircraft carrier is often the most dangerous part of the naval aviator's mission. Landing their aircraft at 130 miles an hour, just a few hundred feet on floating steel, is an extremely challenging task and a matter of great pride. At 500 feet, the pilot will overfly the ship to execute a 180-degree reversal turn, allowing the aircraft to bleed speed and quickly to deploy the landing gear, flaps, and the tail hook. This method allows the aircraft to quickly be sequenced to downwind for landing. Even though aircraft carriers are 1,100 feet long, they appear from the air as small as a postage stamp. In order to land in an area 1/10 of the size of a normal runway, carrier aviators must touch down between 4 wires strung across the deck. Rhino 11, 3/4 of a mile, call the ball.
Rhino 11. Rhino ball 5.9.
Roger ball, you're hot. Power, wave off, vulture. Ladies and gentlemen, the Super Hornet that you have seen here today is one used to train pilots at Strike Fighter Squadron 106 based at Naval Air Station Oceana. Jaba and Scooter serve as instructors, teaching new aircrew how to employ the Super Hornet. At this time, get your cameras out and at the ready, as Jaba and Scooter are setting up for the photo pass. The aircraft will pass in front of you and show center at a 90-degree angle of bank turn at just 300 feet and 650 miles an hour. Ladies and gentlemen, from behind and to the right, the Super Hornet photo pass. It takes many talented and dedicated young men and women to maintain, fix, and fly these aircraft. Please help us thank the entire Gladiators maintenance team and maintenance personnel here at the show today. America progresses through the 21st century, it becomes increasingly important that we reflect on our nation's proud history, the people, the events, and the technological advances that have made our country great. By remembering, appreciating, and fully understanding the touchstones of our past, we are able to successfully chart the course for the future.